everyone. Got a lot of snow in Wisconsin. I don't know how many inches, but I'm assuming at least a foot by where I just opened the garage door. So I want to show you a little bit about kind of the snowblower I use and maybe some details, 1 stage, 2 stage. Let's have some fun. First, got a little tape measure here. I'm going to see how much snow we got. You shouldn't put a tape measure in your mouth. Let's see what we got. About 10 inches here. Yeah, so I think we're showing about 10 inches in most spots. And it's obviously going to depend on the drifts. Oh, wow. 11. Woo. So we got a lot of snow, and thank God we have a machine to take care of it for us. So right now, I'm going to flip the camera around and the mic so I can start showing you. Alright, so here's my Ariens 2 stage. You guys probably seen machines like this before. And I love it. So again, 2 stage, which I think is kind of a necessity in Wisconsin. And what 2 stage means is that you're going to have 2 augers. And I can get down and show you. So you do have one that's chopping into, sucking in that snow into the second impeller, which is then spinning to throw it up the chute and out. So often called the impeller back there. Single stage is only going to have one mechanism that's going to dig into the snow and shoot out the top. So a little less efficient, but still, you know, single stage are great machines if you have a small job to do or a little more time on your hand, or maybe you don't get that much snow. A lot of people may get them too if they just don't have a lot of space in their garage. They need something easy to transport, whether it's bringing to another job, bringing in for maintenance, whatever the case may be. They all have their purpose. Not really good or bad, it's just what you need. But being in Wisconsin, having large driveways, and the variability of getting a lot of snow, I stick with the 2 stages. Now, I think this one's a 16 horse. Don't quote me. I think, actually it says right there. Nope, that's the, 250cc, if I can get in there. I think if you divide by 15, you get around 16 horsepower. I think that's how the conversion works. But anyway, that's a Briggs & Stratton engine. Maybe medium high quality in the market for engines. You know, obviously I'd rather have a Honda or something like that, but it's also not, you know, something from Craftsman with a kind of a junky engine, you know, no name brand. So no, it's a good engine and does fine. I will say, I don't think I've ever had a problem starting this in one pull. It does have electronic start over there, so if people have a hard time pulling the handle, you can plug a cord in here and hit this button and it'll start the machine. I've never used it in my life. I don't think I ever will. It's got an oversized pull handle. You can fit your gloves in there. One pull, it starts every season, and that's counting the first pull of the season. You know, fresh gas, never been run, you know, all summer. I pull that handle and it starts up every single time. So I just absolutely love this machine, and it pulls really easy. No reason you need the electric start, at least on this one. Oop. There's a lot of good brands out there: Honda, John Deere, Husqvarna, Ariens, others. What I found with snowblowers, it's really regional. It depends where you live, and that's where you see, you know, the different machines you see. My advice when buying one of these is buy something from a shop that actually specializes in selling, you know, lawnmowers, snowblowers, you know, equipment, somewhere that you can get repairs if you need or get parts. A lot of the times at the big box stores, you're just not going to have models that are that good. They're shortcuts taken, a little bit cheaper. I would go with the pros when you start getting into this heavier equipment. Maybe I'll give you a little tour about other things. So it does have, you know, this thing to clear snow in the chute. So sometimes this gets clogged, especially when you get to the bottom of driveways and you get that slushy, icy stuff. This is a good tool. Oops, someone else got in an accident down the street. This is a good tool to shove in there so you're not putting your hand in there and mucking around with anything. Obviously, you want to have the machine off when you do that and everything at a full stop. Otherwise, you could lose an arm. It's got a 24-inch scoop. This suited my last place a little better. I'd probably go with something bigger now. But it works. Darn, wind keeps blowing this sled over that I'm going to have for the kids later. But yeah, I'd probably go maybe up to 30 next time if I had a choice. Just, be able to clear sidewalks in one pass, which I don't have right now. I don't have a sidewalk. Tires, they make them way knobbier these days. I don't like these rounded ones. They don't have good traction. You'll see on the newer units that they just have bigger squared off tires with much more aggressive knobs, farm style, that really dig into the snow. I wish I had that. I know a few people, including my father, that bought machines after I did, or to upgrade, and much better tires. So they do slip a lot. I know you can put chains on. Maybe something I'll consider in the future. I will say, a lot of models have like locking diffs or other features, even traction control. So as you turn the unit, you'll give more power to one side or the other. And that's awesome. I wish I had that, but I actually just lock my wheels with a pin. So both sides turn evenly when I have these pins in. If I took one out, only one wheel would be powered, and that wouldn't get me far at all. It's nice, keeping one unlocked in the summer if you have to maneuver around the garage, because then it's much easier to steer. Otherwise, when you got them both locked, you just need to shove the whole machine side to side to get it to where you need to go. But being young and scrappy, I don't mind the extra work. I will say with these larger machines, yes, you can move a lot of snow, being the 2-stage, heavy duty, high horsepower, but there's still a lot of work. So, if you're older or just don't have as much strength, this is still a workout, especially if you have a lot of snow to do, because this is a heavy machine and you're going to be pulling it side to side. Sometimes it's not going to go up a hill the way you want it to, and you're going to be fighting a lot of snow. It can be a workout. I know shoveling obviously is a ton more work than this, but you can actually go inside a little sore after one of these things if you haven't been active in a while. What else? Obviously oil. I can actually show you what I recommend for that later. You got your throttle, you have your gas cut off. So I'll generally turn that off if I'm storing it or transporting it. During the winter season, I just keep it open. Then you have your clutch for moving forward, your clutch for turning those augers in the front. If you put one down and the other one, you can actually let that one go, and they'll both remain locked, which is really nice. You start getting fatigue in your arms. If you let them go, they both go up. So a nice feature. Some people don't even know about that until they're accidentally playing with it and realize it. But you got a key to allow you to pull start it to turn on, choke, and the primer. So generally, I'm going to start that, kind of in the middle, the throttle, when it's cold, and it's its first cold start. Make sure the gas is on, choke is off, key is on, and then you're going to give this 2 to 5, pumps. It doesn't really matter. As soon as, and I'll show you when I start this, right away you're pretty much going to start moving this in the middle as it warms up, and eventually when I'm running, I'll have it fully open. You'll notice the engine works in its own mysterious ways and is more efficient, at different stages of heating up and having that, closed to open. So it's just something you got to get a feel for, and that goes for any tool basically. That's about it. It's a carbureted model, so you want to make sure you have good gas in there. Maybe use stable. Again, I don't leave it sit for the season. I empty this out when we get towards spring and summer, because I don't like that sitting in there all year, because it's still going to go bad even with stable in it. So I'll just stabilize a whole couple gallons of gas at a time. Use it for lawnmower, pressure washer, snow blower, and I'll just keep chugging through a couple gallons of that, have some stable in it just for a little extra insurance, and then run machines out at the end of the season for the best performance, so you don't get carbs all clogged up and rough starts and all that stuff. Newer machines that are actually doing electronic fuel injection, which is slick. You're seeing that technology come to chainsaws and other things where it's just better fuel delivery, less maintenance issues. I'm sure higher cost, but kind of just how these things are advancing. They have electric models. I'm not sold on them yet. They're coming a long way with weed whackers and leaf blowers, trimmers of sorts. I'm actually maybe going to be converting some of my steel equipment at some point, but this heavy duty stuff, you can't run off of batteries when you have these big jobs. You'll see down here you have the skid shoes, so those are adjustable to keep this blade at the bottom off the ground. It'll get scraped up. If you have a gravel driveway, it's going to get messy. I don't know if they say like 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch, you'll keep that off the cement. It may scrape a little, whatever, you can't always help it. But generally, if you use a snowblower like this, you may have a thin amount of snow still on the ground, but a lot of times it'll kind of just collect it all as it sticks together. So just something to keep in mind. But try to keep that even with the adjustments of these shoes, and those are replaceable, so is the blade on the bottom as those wear out over time. I think that's about it. You have your controls to put this up and down. Sometimes when snow's not going through it, it'll kind of stick, but when it's on, it'll keep going. Handle to turn it side to side, and then of course the different speeds. You can go to reverse or a whole bunch of different speeds forward. Some models have different mechanisms for controlling this, or even electric, where you just push a button and that thing will spin around and go up and down. And different models have hand warmers, which I love and I wish I had, but I don't. But I think that's a pretty cool feature. You think the lights are kind of a gimmick, but at night those do help, I will say. And that's about it. So I say we fire this up and see what we can do. Alright, time for the one start wonder. I kind of already primed it before. Key is on. Throttle's where I want it. Gas is up. Choke is off. Rock and roll. We're looking at 28 inches on the end of the driveway. Holy cow. What's that? Huh? What is that? Did you poop? Did you poop? Hey Henry, we got a lot of snow. Are you gonna shovel? Woo! through. I don't want to plow to get you. So deep. Ow. Wow. Ah! It's over your knees.